Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of our show. This is your host, Keith Doherty. Today our special guest is top mortgage professional Marcia Gonzales of HomeStreet Bank based out of Vancouver, Washington. Marcia has been a loan officer for 16 years. From 2006 to 2008, she has been a certified mortgage planner. In 2013, she was awarded as a 5-star mortgage professional. And in 2015, she was recognized as a top mortgage professional in Top Agent magazine. She was a regular guest on the Hahn Show in 2013 on KPDQ FM, and she's currently a board member of Proud Ground, a nonprofit organization for first-time homebuyers. So, Marcia, with all that, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Keith.
Marcia, if we could start, what led you into becoming a loan officer? Was it something that you knew you always wanted to do, or did you maybe stumble into that?
Quite the contrary. A friend of mine who he was in real estate, and he had a real estate and mortgage company. He asked me for many years if I wanted to join his team, and I said, oh, no way, don't want to do it. And then he roped me into translating one time for him, for a loan officer. And as I was translating, the gentleman had asked me how much it cost to get started with the loan process. And I asked the loan officer, and she said nothing, interpreted it, and he said the last person that they spoke with charged him $5,000, all of his money, and he didn't hear from them again. So it just tugged at my heart, and from that point on, I talked with my friend Norm, and I said, okay, I'm on board. And then I tried to see if I wanted to do the real estate or the mortgage side, and I love the numbers. I love working with the people, and so I chose to be a loan officer.
Great. And can you talk a little bit about some of the personal attributes or traits or qualities that you think have most contributed to your success, and then talk a little bit about how you think you developed those?
I'm very persistent and driven, and I don't give up on things. And I think I treat each client with respect, and I don't look at them as just a loan and just money in my pocket. I try to cater my business to them and treat them like their family. And my parents, I say I'm tenacious, but my parents call it stubborn, but either way it works.
Yeah, I guess you could, in your own mind, you got to define it how you're comfortable with. I feel the same way. Like, I'm driven, I'm tenacious, and I feel like, no, you're just stubborn. You just want to do things your way. But you know what? If it gets the job done and everybody's happy, I think it's all the same.
Exactly.
Do you think you could give us an example, maybe, of when your traits have played a role in your path towards success?
Yeah, like everybody, we have adversities throughout our life. One of the most recent one, I was in a serious car accident about 2.5 years ago, and it actually took me out of the business for about 1.5 years. But I continue to be persistent and tenacious, and I'm back full time, and I pretty much just picked up where I left off, and I continue to grow my business.
All right, excellent, Marcia. Can you talk a little bit about some of the major adversities and trials that you've had to overcome in order to continue to grow and achieve your goals?
Yes, I guess the perfect example would be the housing bubble. Everybody knows about that one, I'm sure. The industry felt it, the real estate agents, mortgage officers. If you've been in the business for that length of time, you've definitely felt it. And I've been able to weather the storm and just focus on the positive. This business is definitely not easy, especially even now there's changes in our industry that make it very difficult, but I continue to focus. I don't allow things to discourage me, and I just continue to persevere.
Excellent. And can you talk a little bit about, what keeps you going despite these obstacles? Why wouldn't you give up? What's your driving force?
The most major one of my driving force is my faith and my trust in God. That's helped me pretty much get through everything. What keeps me going and driven in this business are my clients. I love seeing the joy that they have when they, buy a home, or I'm able to help them out in lowering their house payments. And it's just seeing the joy and being able to help people makes it all worth it.
Yeah, I think that's great. Like you said, it's especially for a first-time home buyer, I think that would be really enjoyable when you finally get that approval come through and you get to call them and tell them the news that it's going to happen. That the financing is in place. So I think that would be, from a real estate standpoint, it's fun to get them the house and show them the house. But you're the one that kind of really makes it happen for people. So I think that's really great that you get to share in that.
Yeah, I love it. In fact, I've a lot of first-time home buyers are in here, and I'm telling them, okay, we have you approved. And I've had several, that cry in my office, and they didn't think it was possible. So it's just a joy to see that.
That's great. I guess looking forward a little bit, what do you see your vision for your career, say, over the next 5 years?
Well, I made a decision to be on the board of Proud Ground, which is a nonprofit for first-time home buyers. So I really want to make a dent in the community and continue to educate and just continue to grow my business and help make the quote-unquote American dream possible of owning a home, but not just owning the home, to educate them. So I see myself in this business for the next 30 years until I retire.
Excellent. And I think sometimes people may have a misconception when it comes to lenders and dealing with loan officers. So what do you think the biggest misconception or myth people have about working with a loan officer is?
Unfortunately, I think it stems back again from the housing bubble that loan officers are greedy. They don't care about their clients. They care about, their bottom dollar, and that's just not the case. We put a lot of hard, long hours in, and we care about our clients. And yes, of course, the paycheck is good, but that's not our main focus.
Excellent. And if somebody's looking for I guess before I ask you that though, what areas, I guess, would your lender, your company be able to service? Are you a national company?
We're not national. We are in Arizona, California, Hawaii, Oregon, Washington, Alaska.
All right, excellent. So if somebody is looking for a mortgage provider, what advice would you give them about selecting a lender that can best serve their needs?
I think right now they're rate shoppers, and everybody's so concerned about rates. And a lot of times I've shown people that rates aren't always the case. So when you're looking for a loan officer, ask more questions except just the rate, and ask them, what are the different programs, what's going to benefit me. So look for somebody who's going to take the time to explain that to you and break things down so you understand why you're put into a certain program and why you chose a certain rate.
Great. And if somebody is looking for a mortgage, especially in the areas that you service, what's the best way that somebody can find out more information about you and how you can help them?
They can call my direct office, is 360-514-5958, or you can email me. My email address is marcia.gonzales@homestreet.com, and that's spelled Marcia.Gonzales, Gonzales.
Excellent. Well, Marcia, I certainly want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule today to share all your experience with all of our listeners. And if you want to learn more about Marcia, you can visit her site, like she mentioned, homestreet.com. You can call her or you can email her. And actually below this interview, we're going to have a link to her site as well as any other contact information that she provided for us here today. So with that said, everybody, until our next show, have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.